Well, hey there, wine fans. It's WineShark again to talk to you a little bit today about my role and considerations. So, what's this video about? This is an important one. This is about my role for my audience, my guests, and my supporters, and my relationships with sponsors, businesses, and things like that. So, first things first, let's talk about my role. My role is as an educator. My experience in the world of wine is I'm a certified sommelier. I've been teaching wine and food education classes for about 16 years now. It's been a side hustle and side gig for me as opposed to my real job, which now WineShark is my full-time job. But basically, my role and the thing that I love most in the world of wine is education. And my job, as I've said many times, is to make you fall in love with wine. Is to share my passion and my knowledge with the customers and people that come across me. So this is important. One of the things that I wanted to address is that the wines that I'm going to pick out and use in my tastings or as reference points or in our comparative wine tasting series or the grocery grabs that we'll be doing, generally speaking, I am here to educate you about their properties. I'm not here to advocate or review them as such. There may be some exceptions to that rule, but don't take me using a wine in a lesson as an endorsement to say, hey, you should run out and drink this wine. I will always strive to use quality wines in my tastings. However, the qualities of that wine, the particulars of that, are there to demonstrate a purpose for the lesson. Meaning, it may not be the best example of its style. It might be the best example that we could use at the price point for the region, etc. But just because I use a wine doesn't mean I am wholeheartedly backing it as an amazing wine for you, and you should run out and try it. Okay, that's not my role. My role is to educate you about wines so that you can explore and find wines that you like. First things first, wine is a subjective thing. It's a taste issue. Just like I've expressed many times, it's like art or music or food. The flavors, the sounds, the images that you like may not be the same thing that I like. But we can talk about them from an analytical and critical perspective to talk about what they are or are not. Okay? So I'm an educator, not a reviewer. That's hugely important. Another interesting thing, and this will sound a little callous when it comes out, but you liking the wines that I am using as an educator is also not my concern. I'm trying to use the best examples of the types possible, or at least type capable. Okay? Whether they are enjoyable to you or not is, as I said, a subjective issue. I am glad when you find a wine that you turn to me and say, "My God, this is amazing. I want to drink tons of this." Great. Kick ass. I find that all the time, and I'm glad to share that. As a wine lover, I am here to share that feeling with you. As an educator, I don't care. That's nice, but that's not my point. Did the wine demonstrate what we were trying to learn? That's important to me. Did you understand that when I pointed out a particular feature, it was easily and readily evident to you? That's important to me. So understand that enjoyment of the wine is important, but not necessarily the purpose of some of our tastings. Okay, so don't get those two things confused. Don't just go to run out and take everything I say, and just because a bottle is listed on my site somewhere or listed here that, ooh, that's a wine that WineShark says I should drink. Yeah, well, he says that you should drink it in this context. Then I want to talk about relationships. My relationships with other businesses, endorsements, sponsorships, things like that. I am an independent person who teaches wine, and I am in no special way related to the wine industry. I have friends that work in the wine industry. I have been blessed to be friends and acquaintances with several winemakers, some of which are kind of famous, some of which are really freaking cool. And that influences my way of educating, and it has influenced me, but I don't advocate for anybody's wine in particular that I don't find to be a high quality producer. I don't work for any retailer or distributor. I am not part of the 3-tier system. I am just like you, a wine drinker on the outside, looking in, trying to find the best stuff that I can. For my wine tastings at the Scarborough Renaissance Festival, I worked directly with a distributor to get our wines. Now, I don't have that ability as a independent human. So I go out and buy wines from my wine retailer just like you do. In fact, we'll be doing some videos to talk about how to find good wine stores, what to shop and how to shop, what tricks you can keep in mind to find the thing for you. But I don't endorse or support any particular place other than the fact that it's convenient, reliable, well-priced, that kind of thing. So you're going to hear me mention names by brand. That doesn't mean that they've paid me to do anything. It just means that's where I happen to shop because they're doing it right. You're also going to hear me talk about a lot of people in the wine industry who I am fans of. People who I find that have made an impact and do amazing work. Whether it's some of the master sommeliers that I've had the privileges of meeting in person, whether it's some of the master sommeliers who are these awesome rock star personalities on Facebook, Instagram, out there in the world making movies and being awesome, to critical wine authors, guys like Jay McInerney and Malin Paquette over at Wine Folly and the whole team at Wine Folly. Those guys are amazing. I've got a lot of people. Willie Glickerstein, who wrote Wine Avenger. These guys are people that have influenced my life and are amazing. But in no way am I, compensated, paid for, etc. Those are just people that I want you to share in. So I'm just a well-educated geek who, is the average Joe, just like you. So anyway, I hope that clears that up, and I hope that you guys will continue to support me on this journey. I want to thank you guys for watching the video. I want you to like and comment down below. Hit that bell to subscribe to more content. There's going to be lots more coming in the near future. I hope that you guys will join me on Patreon. My Patreon supporters are amazing. They directly support what we're doing here. All of my people that are my wine customers in real life, once this crazy quarantine ends, we can't wait to see you and come and serve you in your homes again. Enjoy raising a glass of wine together. So until next time, I hope to see you guys soon. And cheers from the WineShark. Talk to you soon.